Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Outstanding Q101 show with Turnstile last weekend. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. It is 8 o'clock. It is Friday, and that means it's time for Case's movie review.
For Christ's sake, tomorrow's the 4th of July, and we will be open for business.
What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
Utah. Give me 2.
Do you enjoy pain?
Pain don't hurt.
Wax on, right hand. Wax off, left hand.
Now fry like bacon, you little freshman piggies! Fry! Fry!
Playing football in West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
Well, here we go. We got a check-in from Melissa in Glen Ellen. She was waiting for this review. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, 50 years. The 50th anniversary of this movie, and it was released September 26th, 1975. The budget was $1.4 million. It did $1 million in its first year. Sounds kind of like a failure, right? But it did $166 million lifetime, this movie. $166 million. It's in theaters right now, right, Case?
It's in theaters all over the city. I'm sure the suburbs are playing it as well, but the Music Box has it, the Alamo Draft House has it, I'm sure the AMCs have it. Still a thing.
So the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes gives the film an 80% rating based on 49 reviews and an average of 6.9 out of 10. And we start off always, and I can't even imagine, again, 50 years, how this movie was promoted. We play the trailer, the commercial for it every time we start off here. So I've never heard this. I want to hear how they promoted.
Real quick before you play it, so I should note, obviously, every week we play a movie trailer, one that would air on TV and in movie theaters. This is a radio ad for Rocky Horror Picture Show. And it ties into All the President's Men that I reviewed last week in honor of Robert Redford. This was in 1975, how Rocky Horror Picture Show was promoted.
That's interesting. What a twist.
I know.
A plot twist here with the trailer. Here we go.
This is an open letter to Richard Nixon. Dear Richard, do go and see the Rocky Horror Picture Show. All those unfortunate incidents will seem trivial after you've seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show. President Ford, he'd love to see it, but he doesn't have the same amount of freedom you do. See the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Rated R. Under 17. Not admitted without parent.
All right. Well, that's how it was promoted on the radio, and there's a Nixon tie-up. This show talks more about Nixon in 2025 than, well, nobody's talking about Nixon anymore.
That's why we're the best.
It's one of the reasons.
Literally no other show is doing that.
One of the reasons the ratings are so high. So it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. In case, if you're new to the show, hadn't seen a lot of movies, and about 2 years ago we started doing these, and now he's through so many, and the 50th anniversary of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I can't imagine what you thought of this movie, Case. I really thought, I sat home going, he is going to despise this movie.
Kenzie, what did you think I was going to think about it?
I thought that you probably wouldn't like it, but I do love it. But I was a little split because you've never seen a musical before.
Accurate.
So I thought something could be born inside of you where you're like, well, my gosh, musicals are my purpose of life, and I had no idea.
You thought that was going to happen?
Maybe.
So, about the whole musical thing.
Yeah.
So I like movies, and I like music. But if I wanted to watch a movie, I want it to be a movie. And if I want to listen to music, I would prefer it just be music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why they had to mix the two.
Well,
great.
At some point, someone sat down and said, we're out of ideas for movies.
Apparently. so I guess we have to sing instead of talk.
Well, no, because it was musical theater first. You're forgetting that was a whole genre.
Yeah.
There's theater and then musical theater, and then there's both translated on screen.
But I wouldn't want to see musical theater. I just want either talk or sing, but don't do both. I don't like the way that works because I don't understand why they're singing. Just talk like you're in a world where you know how to speak.
So you want them to do the time warp and talk it and not sing the song?
Let's do the time warp again.
Look,
okay?
I would prefer to never hear time warp again in my life.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's probably an interesting movie in here, but I have to get rid of all of the singing. If this was a story,
more than half the movie's gone.
I agree.
If you do that.
That's my point. Maybe this could have been a YouTube short.
Oh,
Hey, I feel like you're attacking me right now, and I don't like it.
No. And I tried to go into this movie with as much of an open mind as I possibly could. A lot of people checked in throughout the week. A lot of people have checked in this morning, and they've made the point, oh, if you're going to watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show, you got to go see it in a theater. You got to have the communal experience. You need to see people singing and dancing during the movie.
Yeah. And they dress up. It's like a cultural.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so camp, baby.
Would it have helped my viewing experience? I don't think. I don't think not being home in the comfort of my own home would have made this better. Because I didn't love what I saw to begin with.
Can I offer a point, though?
Please, open forum. Go ahead.
So when you're like, I don't think it would have made it better, I would like to disagree in the sense of I don't think you understand what a blast the communal watching experience is. And objectively, very odd movie.
Yes.
And when you're sitting alone watching it, I can see you like, But having an experience where everybody's all in and everybody's excited, sometimes just the tone of things does just naturally, like subconsciously changes your view on things. And I think such a positive reaction, such an upbeat approach to songs, your first time seeing it, I think could have made you be like, that was fun, not like that was weird, if that makes sense.
I think that's a noble argument. I did hate every song in this movie, just music that just bumped against my ears in a way that I did not like. Okay. So that does not help.
That's the issue with Kenzie. What she's saying is, I saw this movie in high school I never saw it in the theater.
Okay.
So I saw it with a group at a drive-in.
Oh, nice.
Because that's what it's supposed to do. And I just went because the girls were going.
Of course. That's why I do anything.
The girls. They were going. Girls.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. And they said, hey, do you want to go? And I go, well, what's it about? They couldn't describe it.
Nor can I, as you can tell from the tone of this review.
But then, see, the girls were going, so I went. Now, I didn't get any of the girls. Everybody else did.
Yeah, I guess I should have watched this with a girl.
Well,
that would have made me like it more.
Plural.
And I would like to say one other thing. I don't want you to go, I don't like musicals now because I saw this. That's like trying one kind of soup and saying you hate soup.
And famously, I got into soup this year. Burnt myself out on it, but I got into soup at the start of the year.
But you need to understand, like, there's a lot of different kinds of musicals.
We're going to do musical month at some point where I watch Grease. And what's the one with the lady in the field?
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music.
Oh my God, I didn't even know what you meant.
Brian gets me.
Well, because the only reason I know he knows it, that's why he said it, because all the trips, the hills are alive, it's just in the
I would like to pick out
field.
some of the musicals you watch, but I would just like you to not move forward going, I don't think I like musicals. I don't think that's what you should be saying. If you don't like this musical, there's so many kinds, and there are like higher levels of musical production when it comes to songs being put together. So I think that you can't make that blanket statement because it's an incredibly talented group, and I think there's versions of it you'd like.
I appreciate you saying that. Now, this was not all a disaster. I should note, just to give a background for anybody that hasn't seen it, this movie is about two people, including a young Susan Sarandon. I had never really seen her not older.
Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, very hot when she was young. She's hot old.
Yeah, I agree. She looks good now.
She's great.
But young Susan Sarandon and then whatever nerd that she gets engaged to, they're driving down the road. It's raining. Their car breaks down. And they go, well, didn't we see a castle back there? We should probably go ask them for their phone. And then they open the castle door. And then I say this as a term of endearment, given what I'm just about to say, but a bunch of weirdos are inside. And they sort of have to live in this universe for the next 90 minutes. Now, I will say, and this is not something that the show normally talks about, the thing I do like about Rocky Horror is, for a movie that was made in 1975, the characters and their sexuality are so progressive, and I could see this if you're somebody that is perhaps struggling to understand your sexual identity or is just looking for representation. I'm sure this movie rocks. I'm sure seeing something that you're interested in on screen like that has to be an incredible experience, and I don't want to detract from that at all. I think that's obviously part of the legacy of this movie. I don't want to make fun of that. I don't want to make light of that. I think that's awesome. Other than that,
not enjoyable.
I was a bit confused. I don't understand what the movie was about. I didn't really like any of the songs, but in the same way that some people will go skydiving just to say they went skydiving, I'm glad I watched this movie just to say that I watched this movie. Do I think I'm going to go to a midnight screening anytime soon? I don't think so.
Yeah, but that's the only way you can watch it. I can't, like just Kenzie said, I can't imagine sitting in your apartment alone watching this movie. Like, I don't even know.
Especially for the first time. Like, I could sit down and have this in the background and cook or whatever, but you need the vibes, man.
Well, I'm telling you, I as I said with, where the girls went, and that's where I went to watch. I probably did that 10 times. I don't know what this movie's about. I can't tell you what the plot is at all. Because
Rocky is like the ideal man, and the actor Tim Curry, who's just from an objective, like, oh man, he's phenomenal in this movie. But what's his name? Frankenfurter?
Yes,
Frankenfurter.
He's like that. That's his creation.
I mean, Meatloaf's in it too.
Meatloaf is in it.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't ever say no to a paycheck. There's a lot going on here.
It was early in his career. He needed a paycheck, man.
But let's act like the next 50 years weren't him being.
How dare you disparage the grave of Meatloaf right now?
By the way, isn't it so funny? I'm sure you've seen this case. But seeing Tim Curry like that, and then watching Home Alone 2: Lost in New York, where he's like he works at the hotel.
Right.
It's hilarious.
Tim Curry's popped up in a lot of movies as a role. He's in The Hunt for Red October, a submarine war movie. It's weird. He's gotten a lot of great roles.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Do you want to give a rating, or do you want to?
Yeah. No, that's believe it or not, that's all I have to say on the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
What's your rating in?
Oh God, Kenzie, what's my rating in for Rocky Horror?
I don't know. Transylvanians.
You won't do Transylvanians works out nicely. Again, it's not for me. I appreciate the progressiveness of the sexuality in this movie. I think if you're a fun person, I'm sure you'll like this. I'm not a fun person.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a curmudgeon. For me, it's 4.5 Transylvanians out of 10.
Yeah.
And I understand that I'm on the low end of that, and that's my cross to bear.
I'm surprised you gave it that high for what you described
because
as.
I can understand why people would like this. Not me, of course, but I understand why.
It's your review. That's why I thought it'd be less than 4.5.
Sad.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.